everybody get him.
R.I.P. to fucking Delonte West. He hasn't died yet, but he will.
Wow. He said a preemptive R.I.P. The dude's alive trying to put his life back together.
Like, I'm super scared a homeless guy's going to run across the country to beat my ass. Yo, get the fuck out of here. This guy's homeless like in Dallas or something. I don't give a fuck. Yo, I'm out here. Episode 8. No?
Yeah, 8.
Yeah.
Episode 8.
8? 8?
Yeah. We slowly but surely.
This whole episode is going to be in Spanish.
Then
it's like ESPN Ocho.
That's like some racist shit. You kicking me out?
No, never. You want to do just a whole episode in Creole?
That'd be that would be a very specific.
We speak French. We uppity Haitian.
That'd be a very specific crowd that we're going after.
A super niche podcast. All right, so reasonable doubters, like, follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thanks, appreciate you.
Like, follow, subscribe, comment,
squirt. If you want to squirt, that's on you.
Yeah, we'll take
supporters.
It's early. We're 35 seconds in. We're talking about squirting. This is hashtag squirting.
We didn't bring that up. It happens. And anyways, that could go like literally both ways. At our age, you got to be very careful with a fart. Like, you got to respect them because you could squirt too. But anyways,
this guy,
you can't trust him.
Comment.
No, you can't trust it.
We like criticism, comments.
Yeah, polls. We'll have those up.
All that good stuff.
Sure.
Eventually, we'll have.
Yeah, we're like almost official. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Give us like 36 more episodes. We're gonna fucking hammer everything out.
I mean, in the real world, it takes time.
No, I got you. We're doing it one step at a time.
I swear. I feel like 1,000 people a week start a podcast thinking that in 3 months they're gonna be Joe Rogan status. They're gonna be sitting on M's.
No.
I'm like, yo,
at all.
As the space is saturated.
This is a fun little hobby.
It's fun.
But anywho.
But I wouldn't mind not working.
I mean, we got a decent amount of views for 8 episodes. Yeah. Brand new. No promotion.
Like, no promo.
I mean, got a decent, we're in 4 digits.
Yeah, we got to get our clips up. Pause. But
how is that a pause?
Because
Sergio
it's a New York thing, son.
It's very New York. But
I got a full clip out here, son.
Oh.
Yeah, so we got to get our clips. We got to get our clips up. We got to get our YouTube short.
I just feel like he should be wearing Tim's at all time and a bomber's hat. Fucking God.
Yeah, today I will decide to let my head breathe a little bit. Pause.
See what I mean? Can't help it. It's ridiculous. It's annoying.
I'm gonna just put like a pause counter for him every time he says this and go cling.
It's all in good fun, guys. It's all in good fun. Over the years we would do that so much that my pops, my 70-year-old Haitian dad, he pauses shit, and it's the funniest thing you can imagine. Whatever you imagine is what it is. It's the funniest thing ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, a little rewind from not last week, but the last episode. Since the last episode, the Drake album came out.
Yeah.
And you've been on a Drake hating spree for 5 episodes.
Have I been?
Nah, not a hater. You're a Drake
fan. Only reason why I say the hate was
Drake
because
ain't Jigga,
he's only
Drake
dropped
ain't this, Drake
the
ain't
house
that.
thing.
And then you were kind of mad at him.
Because
you were mad at him.
He doesn't. Drake has. I mean, it's been a while. He's transitioned.
He doesn't use the right verbiage.
He doesn't make the music that he doesn't make.
He hadn't made music for you. This album, you didn't like this album either?
Okay, I like it. Is it his best work ever? No. Is
every single album has to be his best album ever?
Is it the best album? Is it? Do you love it? Is it like is it flames?
It's a couple bangers.
Yeah,
because that's what he does.
Yeah, that album's cool. The album's not trash. The songs that I like Middle of the Ocean, stuff like that. Those are the songs that get the most play. To be honest. See, and you're making a face because we have different tastes in what we like in music, and that's fine. But like I've discussed this with older people and younger people, The younger people like it because they like 21 Savage. And the older people are like, yo, Drake was actually spitting on this one. So here I am.
Nah, my kids.
Drake was spitting a little bit on this
My
one.
kids liked, because again, they're 20 and 16. My kids liked Drake's bars better than 21's.
I don't think 21 really adds anything to the album.
At all.
Like, he could just not be on the album. It's like kind of like if you have a homeboy that's on fire and he's like, yo, we're going to do a collab album and you're just not going to do shit. But we're going to go number one so you can get a number one plaque and you can make a couple $1 million when going on tour.
I don't.
I'm going to double down. He's monotone, 21. Like,
Nah.
it,
All right, so what I told my kids was, it reminded me of middle school. Like when you'd be reading from the textbook and like I was a strong reader. So I'd be reading and I'd be talking and I'd be reading a story and then it would go to somebody next to me and it would go from like la 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 to then the dog saw the turtle.
21.
Turtle.
21.
Pussy.
21.
Pussy.
Oh, God.
Pussy. Pussy.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, no, awful.
I think he's hilarious. I think he's
Drake was
entertaining.
hilarious.
I think he's entertaining.
Drake was hilarious on this
I will
album.
tell you, though,
Yeah.
I will say that as much as I don't like 21,
Hoes.
I don't mind him.
Hoes. Hilarious.
I don't mind 21 that much
Hilarious.
in this album.
You don't mind 21 because he's with Drake,
but I'm saying-
so
no.
you'll tolerate it.
Yeah,
Just
but
that you
you'll never
Drake-
listen. But you'll never listen to a 21 project by itself. I wouldn't. Like, I'm not that interested ever.
Look, 21's good for what he is. 21 is
Sergio,
good.
would you listen to a 21 project by itself? Is this a new 21 album? Would you be interested?
No, but Drake is good for what he is. And what he is, to me, is someone who's good for collabs. Like, and it's a Southern thing.
LeBron James.
No, shut the fuck up. You stupid bitch.
He makes everyone on his team
the
better.
greatest collab
I think
artist of all time.
I think Drake just made
Okay.
him better.
Right. I would compare LeBron to fucking Drake, not to 21.
No, that's what I meant.
21 is
Yeah.
J.R. Smith.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Anyways.
He's like Iman Shumpert.
That's a good storyteller, too. Iman is,
He is
awesome.
good. I like his interviews.
Chick is a body ting.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And in 2 years, 21 will be the, what's his name? West. The one, the crackhead.
Delonte
Delonte
West.
West. Nah, bro.
JP got
say
the
that.
clip loaded. JP's
damn.
letting everybody get my bullets like chicken pox.
Fucking
Everybody get
R.I.P.
them.
to fucking Delonte West. He hasn't died yet, but he will.
Wow. He said a preemptive
Anyways.
RIP. The dude's
Anyways.
alive trying to put his
Oh
life
my
back
God,
together.
Like, I'm super scared a homeless guy's gonna run across the country to beat my ass. Yo, get the fuck out of here. This guy's homeless like in Dallas or something. I don't give a fuck. Yo, I'm out here.
Yo, if you're out here for real, what's going
Fuck
on,
out here.
Sergio?
Come
Let
by.
it off your chest,
I'm not gonna
kid.
give you my address, but we in the 33186.
Right, back
But
to
anyways.
Drake. Back to Drake.
Anyways, back to Drake. Oh man, now I lost what I was gonna talk about. Cause you got me on Delonte West, fucking bitch.
Yo,
I'm trying a homeless crackhead. I'm a loser. But anyways, what I was talking about was 21. What?
No, you were talking about Drake and his ridiculous lines, how funny he is.
Oh no. What I was saying is 21 on this album is a lot of Southern rappers are good for like collabs, but they're not very strong on themselves. Example, Project Pat, 8-Ball, MJG. All these people are good as features
no,
on
stop.
shit.
I like 8-Ball MGG.
Not as
like
a solo.
Project
They had
Pat.
one good solo album 28 years ago.
No,
I used to like
off.
Project Pat a lot.
Yeah, on 3-6
that's
Mafia
funny.
shit.
That's funny. He likes Project Pat. I like 8-Ball. 8-Ball MGG are
You like
underrated.
them on 3-6 Mafia
They are,
shit.
8-Ball and MGG are underrated. They really are.
What you know. Anyways.
I even think Project Pat came out with something new.
Okay,
I don't want to hear
great.
Project Pat in 2022
Exactly.
though.
At all. He's-
Absolutely not. He's
a
57.
I swear to God, I was gonna say 56. I was gonna say it's a 56-year-old motherfucker from Memphis
Nah, Bark
that I
Bark
do not
Chicken
need to listen
Chicken.
to.
Nah, I'm cool.
Nah, that chicken died. But anyways,
No Project Pat in 2022.
yeah, no, no. The good part about this album is obviously Drake. 21 comes in and says stupid, funny shit because that's what he's good for, and his funny little ad libs.
He's got a single.
Oh, you were
Project
serious?
Pat, I'm serious. He got a single 2022.
It's gotta be trash.
Why'd you even get that notification? How'd you, like,
Why did you, that's a great point.
Because I was listening.
of all hip hop
The
knowledge,
algorithms know
Okay,
you well.
No.
How did you get?
How
How did that come up on your feed? Like,
I could explain.
whoop, whoop.
It's very simple. I was listening to the Spotify has the This Is playlist, and it's just everything of one artist. And I was listening to a 361, and there was a song with him in with Project Pat, and then I was like, "Shit, I haven't heard this in a while." This is Project Pat. I hit that one, and the first song was the new one, and I was like,
isn't
"What
he
the
on
fuck
Poppin'
is
My
this?"
Collar?
Yeah.
That might have been the one that I was listening to, and I
Yeah,
was like,
that's a
"Man,
good song.
What happened to
That's a
this
good song.
It
guy?"
has like one of my favorite lines of hip hop.
Which is?
When it come to making bread, I got the keys to the bakery. I just love that line.
Yeah, it's a very
It's like super southern, super
a very
country.
southern
it
hip-hop
works.
bar.
It plays.
yeah.
It just
Oh
you know,
man, he's got some good songs.
a very simple southern double entendre. Like it
No,
works.
I like, and to circle back real quick, and I feel like maybe you need to go through their discography a little bit. 8-Ball and MJG, and I'm, you know me, I'm super New York guy.
Yellow
right?
diamonds in my watch. That shit costs a lot. That's just stupid.
That's how Southern rappers rap.
But that's 21.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
He's not southern though.
Yo, no, the
British.
That was the best meme I saw today. Was USA versus England. Winner gets 21.
Yo,
I was like, yo, that is hilarious.
when I found that out, like last year when they were about to deport him, I laughed so hard. I'm like, yo, this guy is a Southern rapper stereotype. He has face tats and he looks like an evil villain. Like he has sharp nose and sharp teeth. He has grills, and that dude is British.
he's
like
getting
he's
shipped,
straight up
he's getting
British.
shipped on the fucking Queen Elizabeth II to fucking move to Liverpool.
You know what'd be hilarious if
from
if,
ATL
if,
to Liverpool?
if his voice is all fronting and he has like a British accent and he talks like Idris Elba at the crib.
He probably does. You've
That's-
seen some of these like actors where like they talk in the movies and shit, and then in real life I'm like,
Yo, British actors.
like, yo.
Idris Elba fucked me
actors
up
got
as
this
a
on
kid.
Lock.
Idris
Yo,
Elba fucked me up as a kid.
they're all British. Every actor,
As a kid?
every big actor right now is
I watched
they're
The Wire.
British. He had a New York accent on The Wire.
Yeah, he didn't have a Baltimore accent.
Yeah, he had a New York accent on The Wire.
Because that Baltimore accent was awesome.
Yeah, that Michael K. Williams. would
and then
do.
they hit you with the when he's talking in like an interview, and you're like,
Super British.
And now he's a fucking house DJ.
You know McNulty?
You didn't know that?
who?
Idris Elba.
No, he's not. Is he really?
He's a DJ.
He sings and he does. He,
He
has
does a
like
lot
tracks.
of shit. He's talented.
Bossy.
Pause.
Bossy. You don't know that song? You know that song? Jesus Christ. You know that song? Bossy.
Yes.
That's him.
Is it really?
And he raps on that song. But yeah, he does like how like if you look him up on Spotify and shit, he'll have like a playlist.
Do
and
you
shit.
know?
He goes by the same name.
Yeah, his name is fucking Idris
I think
Elba.
I think
Well, I don't-
his DJ name is Big Driss.
Supposedly he's gonna he was gonna be 007, but apparently now he's not.
I
And
think
now-
I just on some racist shit. Because
No.
they're like, how could you give that establishment to a big black guy?
No, supposedly the reason is because they got the main guy that they originally wanted, and supposedly it's gonna be Ed Hardy, which is dope. Not Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy.
What the?
What's his name? Fucking oh my god, Bane. Bane.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Same shit. I was close enough.
It's like Ed Hardy.
That's some shit my
I'm
dad
like,
would do.
I'm like the clothing
dad-
designer.
That shit my dad. He's gonna be on a bedazzled T-shirt. 007. Yeah, bitch. It says it in fucking diamond Swarovski crystals on your shirt.
Yeah, that was way funnier than it was supposed to be.
You're welcome. Nah, supposedly Tom Hardy. They've been
man.
wanted Tom Hardy since like Batman, and he's been saying no. And then now apparently he's ready to be 007.
You know who I've heard connected to that role? Henry Cavill, Superman.
Yeah, no.
I think he'd be dope in that too.
dope as fuck, and he's big.
And
Pause.
he's a dope actor.
But they're bringing him back.
I fucking hate you, you stupid bitch.
But did
Yeah.
you know McNulty from The Wire is British too?
Yeah, absolutely. He's I think Irish
Yeah.
or some shit like that. But yeah,
He has that accent. Like, yo, British actors, they're really good, man.
have you seen Billions?
Yeah, with Kevin Spacey.
Bobby Axelrod.
Yeah.
British.
Even freaking Spider-Man is British. Like, British as hell. Like, in fact, the last two
And he got Zendaya. Zendaya.
The last two Spider-Mans
Zendaya.
were British as
Zendaya?
hell.
Zendaya. The tall 6-footer baddie.
She's pretty. She's like classically pretty, I think.
Oh, she's awesome. No, and she's a sweetheart. You can tell she's like sweetheart. And so is he. They're adorable.
Yo,
They just
I give him props for the
whole
pull.
Marvel
I mean, I
universe.
guess you spend a lot of time with her, so that's how
And you're a fucking
that's how
superhero.
that works.
Back to 21.
Yeah.
Can you do some for me? Yo, the memes.
Oh
Seen the memes?
21.
Have you seen the memes of like Drake being super gay and 21?
I don't understand those super gay Drake memes. Like they're
'Cause it's like
they're disturbing.
It'll have like a cartoon of Drake like
with
twerking,
like nails and
like twerking.
booty
He's like
dancing.
21. Can you do something for me? And 21 just stand there like.
Yeah, I sometimes I don't.
I thought
Sometimes
they were,
it's a little lost on
they're
me.
funny. They're just calling Drake like a bitch, but what else is new? They're always calling him gay while he's the biggest fucking rapper in the world.
So let's do it source old school source style. If we're
5 mics, 4.5
if
mics.
you're doing mics, what are you
Nah,
giving this?
4.5.
Wow.
4? It's today's content though. What are you comparing it against? All-time classics?
No, but
Or
if
just for, I would say 4 mics.
Yeah,
4
but
mics.
I
gets
think,
4
I think
mics.
when they do that, you have to be current.
There's a
You
lot
can't
of
compare
bangers.
it. You
Yeah.
can't compare it to
It's
like
not Illmatic.
okay, I'm not comparing it to Illmatic, but
Fucking
but
NYC,
everything
son.
that is
if you're
out
only
NYC,
saying,
son.
if we're only saying 5 stars, like
out of
so I would
everything
say
that is out
3.5.
now,
Mics.
out of everything that is
I would
out
say
now,
4. I would say 4.
time out. Out of
It's got a
everything that is
lot
out
of
now,
bangers.
Go ahead, JP. Sorry.
out of everything that is out now, 2022.
Probably the biggest album of the year. One of
Biggest, not best, but biggest.
So which
yeah.
one would you give
Joey Badass.
100%? He's
Nah, it's for me. It's in the running. I like Nas's album. Nas's album is fire. JP, you say you haven't heard it.
All right, Rich Flex, banger. The first song, oh, hilarious. And to open your album like that, hilarious. Literally telling chicks, yo, if I got time, hit me up. If I don't, fucking go somewhere else. Like, just funny. Major distribution. Literally telling his label that they're on his dick.
Fair.
And then telling other people, like, yo, you put me on your song and I'll make you. And I'll make your career. Tough.
And
he's-
20, they sold half a million copies in this climate, and 21 Savage has his first #1 album.
BS, banger. Back Outside Boys, not a fan.
yeah, I'm not a fan.
Privilege Rappers,
I like
whatever.
that one.
Spin Bout You, banger. You don't like it? It's a banger. I'm counting 4 out of 6 right now. And you like Privilege Rappers. So let's say 4.5. Because right there, that's one on the fence. Hours in Silence, whatever. Treacherous Twins.
I don't even recall Hours in Silence.
Me neither. I don't want to play it because YouTube will cancel it quick just because I'm sure they know Drizzy hard. Treacherous Twins, not a fan
No.
at all. Circle Loco, fire.
Banger.
Fire. And he sampled Daft Punk and he did it. He sampled the same group that Kanye sampled and then he did a better sample in my opinion because their sample, like Better, Harder, Faster was more commercial. This was more subtle and he goes hard and in on the song and he tries the fuck out of him on the song that he sampled with the same group. It's just Drake being Drake.
I'm gonna say that. So I'm gonna copy your commentary on Middle of the Ocean when we get there.
Okay. Pussy and Millions with Travis Scott, banger.
It's a good song.
Because they make bangers together. Broke Boys, okay.
Just stupid. I just laugh when I hear it.
Broke Boys is hilarious. I say it's okay just because it's hilarious. Because it is funny.
And I'm okay with a funny song.
That's
in
what
there.
I'm saying.
Like
Yeah.
I like
Eminem used to do it all the time.
Play Haters on Biggie's on Life After Death is hilarious, and I'll play it.
1,000%. Middle of the Ocean.
Okay, that's my favorite song. I don't know why, but
I like it.
well, but I'll tell you. But I can actually tell you
goes
why.
in.
I can tell you why.
He goes
so
in.
aside from bars, I feel like people when they listen to music, they always look for a connection to something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that sample, the second part, the main part in the middle, that's a little slower. Okay, that's More Money, More Murder, More Homicide from AZ's first album, which is the first CD I ever owned, number one.
Where's AZ from?
From Brooklyn, from East New York, Brooklyn. They also, Dipset also used that beat. Fabulous also used that beat. And they're all three of those songs are fire. So he's going in on a beat that I like historically over the last 15 years.
How
So
did he do?
It's fire. Huh?
And how did he do? You're saying
He did great.
he killed it
Yeah.
with a T?
He did that.
All right, he did that.
Yeah.
He's him. Next,
No, I don't say that.
Jumbotron
That's-
shit popping. That song is hard.
I swear I don't recall that one.
Yeah, I just looked at the list too. The last few, I know I've heard them. I just don't remember them.
L's. No, you don't know that song.
What are we on? Number 13? Something like that? What's on?
13 is Jumbotron. 14 is More M's. 3 a.m. on Glenwood.
I like
It's a vibe.
I like all the songs with the
With a timestamp?
With the timestamp. They're all good. I don't think there's one that's bad.
Yeah. And I guess
one
it's
left.
Fuck Me. How he closes the album.
It's a good album. It's a good album. It's a good
And you
album.
don't want to give him 4 mics.
I'll give him 3.5.
Fucking even with the New York trip.
I say
What
Such
probably
a
if,
hater.
if he was from New York,
that means that there's
Would he get 4?
3 songs.
I think
Out
I
of-
think we need to switch the pause counter and just do like a New York counter.
I say this all the time. And he's like, nah.
Just like reference to New York. Bing.
Out of the 16 songs, let's say 4 of them, and we counted 3, but let's say 4 of them aren't good. That's 12 out of 16. That's,
if we get nitpicky, there's levels to good, but it's a good album. It's a good album.
it's a good album.
The way I'm
And
gonna look at it, okay, the way I look at it as far as okay, you have a good album.
I like the whole production of
much-
splicing up the beats.
How long are you gonna play it in your car? Are you gonna play it for the next 6 months? You're gonna play it for the next 2 weeks.
nonstop.
And when's the next Drake album coming out?
You've been playing it nonstop.
Yeah.
That means you really like it. All right.
I
It's
don't
okay
even,
if you like
I
it
don't
more than
gauge
me,
it on
or if you
just
like
that.
it more than me.
Again, I have my own little fucking social experiment going on in my own house. Every time my kids get in the car, they're like, put this on, put that on. Gabriel right now, the 16-year-old, only wants to hear this album.
The Drake album.
Yeah, only wants to hear this album at all times when he gets in the car. The other one right now, he's into everything, so it's random. But he really likes this album too.
What's his favorite music besides this?
Besides hip hop? I would say house music is a close, not close. Hip hop is by far his first love. And then I would say house, he likes classic rock, he likes 80s music, he listens to everything.
Well, it's good. I mean, I think it's
my
good.
boy.
I think it's good to get into that stuff earlier because like it's what was the foundation for today's music.
Right.
You know?
No, and that's the
it's
thing.
really good. Sometimes you get a
They-
vibe on some 80s or some old rock and roll. And
That's the
it's
thing.
great.
They both grew up riding along in my car, me picking them up from school, taking them places, and it was everything from Daft Punk when they came out, because I like everything,
Right.
to fucking Hall & Oates, to fucking Jodeci. Hey, did you see that clip I sent you of Ryan Gosling?
Hilarious.
Who would have ever guessed that with Justin Timberlake
and
being
I
a
didn't
backup
and I
singer?
didn't know he could sing.
Who the fuck knew he could sing? And
like
why-
JC
and they
and-
were both wearing fucking Cavarigis and shit to fucking singing Jodeci. That was amazing.
Yeah. What did
That's
they
gold.
what did they
That
call
was
it?
Disney Club, Disney
No,
Channel.
there was a
I sent you that note.
There was a funny.
Did I send that to you individually or you or the group chat?
I think it was just him.
There was a hilarious.
I don't think you would have gotten that Jodeci clip, but I should send it to you too. Anyways, my bad.
Somebody
I
made
thought I
a
sent it to
somebody
both.
made a super funny comment. I forgot what they called Ryan Gosling. I forgot what it was. They made a funny comment
But
about.
he sings his ass off.
Yeah, he can sing, and I
he's
didn't
a
know.
kid there.
And I didn't even know it.
Baby, hilarious.
And two,
I didn't know this other guy could sing until he made that movie.
Who?
The guy from Hangover,
Zach Galifianakis.
Cooper, Bradley Cooper.
Oh, you know who's a frustrated singer?
He did
The
that.
other guy in The Hangover, the guy who, the dentist.
Yeah,
He's a super frustrated singer in real life, but he's hilarious.
I think he's a comedic singer, like what Adam Sandler's doing now.
He's done like choir his whole life and shit, and
I
telling you,
thought
he's super
JP
frustrated
was gonna hit us with one of those JP-isms. He's gonna be like, "Yo, I didn't know this guy could sing. You know that actor? You know the guy that did Ray Charles? I think with Jamie Foxx.
Why would I say that?
Jamie Foxx is the most talented person
That's
on
like the
planet
type
Earth.
because that's like the type of shit where it's like, no, I haven't seen that movie. Like, no, I haven't seen Terminator 2.
You've seen Terminator 2.
Of course.
I hope.
I swear to God, we'll end this podcast right now. We'll just...
Hater.
Nah,
He's a hater.
Nah, it's all love. But Jamie Foxx is probably like the most talented guy out there. Like,
I
real
would
shit.
say around this generation, or because he's a little bit older, but still, he's super. I've probably said it before.
I mean, he's a great actor. He's a great singer. He's hilarious comedian.
Stand-up comedy.
He's a great
He's
storyteller.
So hard.
He's on TV.
His
He's on
impressions
stand-up.
are fire.
He's one of the best impressionists ever.
Yeah, he's great.
He does. He could sing. He could play piano. He could play a bunch of fucking instruments.
Yeah.
He's super
He
talented.
was like blessed with it. Pause.
Did I tell you guys the Pearl story about Jamie Foxx?
the Pearl story?
Yeah, the Club Pearl.
No,
Did I mention that? No, that hasn't come up. Bro, this was
I haven't
like
heard it.
this was like I want to say like
Sergio time.
15, 16 years ago. We were at Club Pearl, on top of
Story time.
Story Time. Right on top of Nikki Beach. And whatever, we were feeling good, had a little money in our pocket. That shit was expensive back then. We had a table, got like 3 bottles. I was with my boy Jose. Slackata. Anyways, we had tables, we had bottles, and out of nowhere, one of the guys from like all dressed up in a suit, one of the managers or whatever, walks up and he's like, "Look, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to move you downstairs." And I'm like, "Nah, I don't want to go downstairs. Like, we're all dressed up and shit. Like, it's not the same vibe. Like, it's a little more casual down there. Like, we trying to be in the AC. Like, no." And they're look, "I'm sorry. Look, we're gonna give you guys an additional bottle. We're gonna move everything down. We'll give you guys fresh mixers. We'll get you a badass table. I promise. We're gonna take care of you. We'll knock something off the bill, but we gotta move you downstairs." And I'm like, "No, what's happening?" He's like, "I'm not moving." He's like, "Sir, you're moving. Like, we're moving you either way, but we could do it the nice way."
The
And
easy
I'm
way
like,
or the hard way?
and I'm like, "All right, fine, let's go." So we move. I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck is going on? I don't understand." He's like, "Nah, Jamie Foxx, he just pulled up in a bus and he bought it out. He bought up the whole club." And then like a movie, I'm walking down the stairs and they're like, "Stay to the right, please." And then
Was it like belly style when you were going down the stairs?
no, the climb up was literally like a beauty pageant bus of just like chicks from all over the world, from white chicks to Latinas to Chinese chicks to Negrita chicks. Chinese? Asian chicks. I'm super racist. Everything you could think of, all dressed up, bad as fuck, high heels, just walking. Then like one dude. And then like 16, 17 chicks, and then like another guy. And then like it was just like a whole harem of chicks. And then short ass Jamie Foxx just walked by. And I say short ass, he's my height. He's like 5'9".
Really?
Yeah.
JP,
I thought he was your height. I thought he was like you.
no,
Nah, he's just black.
no. You know what's funny, JP?
Black and camera angles.
The
that-
camera
No,
does
because black automatically makes him cool on camera.
Is that
And
your-
then
your
camera
camera?
angles?
You're like camera guy, but like I've noticed this over the years that people look way taller and way bigger on camera. It's crazy. I probably look like the fucking Rock on TV. Like I laugh because you've seen
Yeah.
small guys, like small.
No, in those Dolman
gu-
videos, you look like a fucking animal.
That's what I'm saying.
This is Pat. He'll break you.
Yo, but it's funny because this is a funny little tidbit over here because Matt always because he introduced me as Patrice, and so people are fucking creeps, so they think I'm like this hot French chick, and then he's like, and then it's like, man, Patrice is so nice, like
He's not.
He's like, when are we gonna? And he's like, but he always exaggerates, so it's even funnier. He's like, Patrice is like a 6'4", 250-pound black guy that'll break your neck. So just remember that when you're flirting with him on the phone.
This guy dunks.
And then it's so and he always does that. He always does that because if they don't know, they're in there like, hey, like next time you're in Fort Lauderdale, you want to have a drink? I'm like, dude, I don't know you, man. Like, it's funky. But
Oh,
yeah,
and then you go over there thinking there's like a crazy business opportunity, and instead it's like to catch a predator. Hey, have a seat.
facts. But yeah, a lot of those guys, a lot of those celebrity guys, even the guys that work out, they're like little, and they're little. They're not tall. They're not even big. They just like on TV you look huge. But I think that the
Yeah,
dudes
no.
that are, have you seen the and this is super random, but since we're talking about actors, have you seen the trailer for Creed 3?
Of course, bro.
That shit looks hard. But
I'm sure it is. Michael B. Jordan is awesome.
that the actor, what's the actor's name? That's playing like the antagonist, like that plays his boy from the past. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know like his name.
But that guy's also in Marvel. He's like Kang the Conqueror. And so
How good could number 3 be?
Hey, yo, chill. Rocky 1, 2, and 3.
it could be
That's where it died off. But
I
1,
mean,
2, and 3 are pretty good.
it could be the best Creed, but like I mean, with these type of movies, they could only win.
and
end
Michael B.
one
Jordan
way.
is awesome, bro.
They could only end one of two ways.
You don't like Michael B. Jordan?
Either the winner wins or the winner dies.
I'm a fan of his. Again, going back to Idris Elba, fan of his from The Wire. He has the saddest death.
Yeah,
on
he has
Wire.
the worst death in The Wire.
That's one of the
Like,
worst TV deaths.
It's still hard to watch if you watch it today. It's still hard to watch.
I'm a man.
And he was like, but this is Michael B. Jordan when he's like 12. And then they
He's
shoot him.
12, and they're shooting him because he's soft. They're shooting him because he's soft. They're shooting him basically because
And they're like, stand up straight. Like, take it like a man. It's like, yo, you're about to kill me. Like, I'm not a man and I'm scared. You know?
he's like, I'm a man. And then it's just like, nah, man, you're weak.
It's like, stand up straight.
Bah, bah. Bro,
Horrible.
it's so
Yeah,
sad.
that's like that's probably like the worst death for sure. It's probably the worst death. Even like I
Oh
skip
my
it.
God.
But it pops up on my like YouTube. I skip it.
So sad. You gotta watch The Wire. It's a little dated now because of beepers, but
I'll add it on one of the 1,000
things we've told you to
people have
watch.
Told me to watch.
Listen, I can't talk shit because I don't watch anything. Like I watch YouTube. Like I can't bring myself. But you know what I want to watch? And I'm gonna sound like a fucking loser because
Game of Thrones.
everybody's
Game of
watching. No, not Game of Thrones.
Fuck.
Not Game of Thrones. I want
Watch
to
House of
watch
Dragon. House of Dragon has black people.
Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. I want to watch those.
Oh,
together.
you have to watch them.
You've never seen Breaking Bad?
I've seen clips.
right.
I've seen a million clips and
Call Saul is,
scenes.
it's all right. Call
I
Saul's
think
all right
I
for a
think
spin-off.
Breaking Bad is cool, but I think it's cool like in the whole. I don't know. It's written really well for the most part, but Bryan Cranston's an awesome actor, but I feel like it's super cool if you don't know people that sell drugs, because if you know people that sell drugs, it's not like. But whatever. It just that's what happens when you grow up in Miami.
Hey, this is not Vlad TV. We're not snitching.
I'm not
We're
snitching
the
on
feds.
anybody. I'm not snitching
We're
on
not the
anybody, and I would
feds.
never give anybody names. But they're all locked up. No, I'm just kidding. Better Call Saul. Awesome. Not nowhere near as much action and all that, but it's written awesome. And that guy's an whatever his name is.
He's a good actor also.
Yeah. Dirk or I don't know what the fuck his name is.
So
I know, but the movie he did is good too. Nobody or No One, or you know what I'm talking about, where he gets his ass kicked.
Oh yeah.
That movie's
I
awesome.
think it's called Nobody. I think.
Something like that. Nobody. It's good.
But yeah, if I'm gonna find time to watch some TV, I think we'll watch
Breaking
those
Bad.
shows.
You gotta watch, bro. You
shows
gotta watch
together.
Game of Thrones. You're such a fucking clown. So good.
So when do you plan on watching this? Because if you're bitching at me to watch shit, you gotta man up and watch your
Nah,
shit too.
you know, Dot tells me this all the time. She's like, I just have to commit because that's the thing. Because I know that there's 100 episodes, it's like overwhelming. But you have to just start. You have to watch one.
Yeah.
Just to
Well, the thing is the
seal.
thing is with the Breaking Bad, like you'll watch a few, and then at a certain point, they like he said, they wrote it so good that you just want to know what the fuck is happening next because they end the episode super cliffhanger.
No, and
all the time.
Breaking Bad is like 45-minute episodes or 50-minute
Yeah, it would be
episodes.
about 40.
also I could like
was an
power
hour-
through 10 or 15 in a
'Cause
day.
it was,
That's what
it was
I
an
mean,
hour. It was
I mean,
an hour.
that's a lot of a day.
a
But
lot.
let's say like 8, 6.
But let's say I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna hit like a treadmill or a bicycle, you put that shit on a phone or a tablet and just earbuds.
Bro, that Christy could rip through an entire season in a day. She goes through these shows. Like,
But that's what I mean.
she
Like,
turns them on in the morning, and I'm like, oh,
Yo, you could
what are you
legit
watching?
do that with Game of Thrones. Every episode is a movie.
No, but that's like
It's not that much compared to Breaking Bad.
it's like an hour.
It doesn't matter. It's an hour and there's only 7 seasons of 10 episodes. Breaking Bad is like 6 seasons of 45 episodes or 30 episodes.
Oh yeah, you got a point.
is
Get
it
the
that? Is it
fucking-
really that many?
That's how they
Maybe
used
I'm
to do it.
exaggerating.
They
It's
used
like
to do it like
it's
that.
like 25 or 30 episodes of 45 minutes or 50 minutes. Yeah, absolutely.
Remember, they used to do
And
them
it's like
long
5
like that.
seasons.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Game of Thrones, bro. Game of Thrones.
Yo,
is
you're
doing
selling
so
that
well.
hard, son.
Such a good show. It upsets me that you don't watch that shit.
I don't want to talk about.
It's
Game
like
of
this
Thrones
guy.
again.
It's like this guy in Crimson Tide.
We already spoke about Game of Thrones last time. We're not talking about.
You've
it
seen
again.
Crimson Tide, right?
No.
God damn it! You've seen
With
Crimson
the
Tide?
movie?
The movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a great movie.
Yeah.
Denzel owning Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman fucking slapping him across the face. No, he punches him.
Of course, I've seen that. Classic movie.
Classic movie
Oh, bro, you're good. There's 13 episodes.
of Game of Thrones.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Whatever this thing is called.
Breaking Bad. No,
Each season has 13.
that's it.
Yeah.
And it's 5 seasons for real?
I don't know.
It's like 11.
There's 62 episodes.
Oh, so it's the same shit as Game of Thrones. All right, so then yeah, watch Breaking Bad. I guess there's got to be more
5 seasons, 62 episodes.
So I know we went on a whole
Tangent.
we went on a whole movies,
Rant.
TV show tangent. But to close out the 21 Savage thing, did you see that? I guess they were interviewing him. You know, I guess in the press run for the album,
Pussy.
and he decided. I mean, and I think he said it, tried to frame it so it comes out respectfully, but it didn't. He said, he says, I don't think Nas is relevant right now, but he makes good music and he has a loyal fan base. If I've ever heard a backhanded compliment,
What was it like? How did that even come up? I saw it, but how did that even?
they were talking to him in Clubhouse, like that app where you like do voice notes. And they were asking him, I guess because Nas came out and everybody was saying that, yo, Nas is still in shape. Like, Nas is still dope.
Right.
Because, I mean, but I think you have to point that out because how many rappers were dope 15, 20 years ago and they're terrible now? And they just look terrible.
Or
like,
almost 30.
yeah, and they
Like
just
legit.
they they look terrible. They sound terrible. Like but we're talking about a guy that his first album came out in 1994 and he's still good and he still looks together and he's doing well financially and and he's still respected. Like there's a lot, there.
You saw a video of Nas where he comes where he says that him and Jay still like go at it playfully, like.
Yeah, I mean, he says that he has that bar in Done where he's like, sometimes it takes over like, Jigga, this ain't over.
Yeah.
But it goes back to what we
That's
had.
just hilarious.
We spoke about this on one of the episodes about, social media and the young guys and Drake reaching all these people. I mean, I could see why 21 would say something like that.
Because his head is gassed that he has more followers than
Okay,
Nas or
so
whatever.
It's not even- it's not even
what
the
is
followers.
so
It's not
what
even
is
the followers.
relevant in 2022?
Bro, you know what these kids don't. They don't. I don't feel like they're a fan of like hip hop. I think they just like that, like
what's popular, just
yeah,
whoever's
just those-
popular.
no, but it's like a certain style of like beat and like almost like what's this guy? Like Travis. Like it's not even really like rapping,
Sometimes it's like rapping, but other times it's like
Very rarely
it's a
does-
mix of genres.
What
Like
song
really,
does he rap on?
what's the name of that song? The song that he had with Drake. Of course, we're talking about Drake.
Sicko mode.
Yeah, he raps on that.
I don't remember, but
Sicko Mode. No, after the Drake part, and then the beat changes. Like, yeah, he raps. It's pretty dope. But
I like him.
But what do you think is what do you think that people think is relevant in 20?
Well, it's not what it depends who you're talking to. If you're talking to someone like his youngest, 16, he's gonna like something completely different than probably anything that we're gonna like.
Oh, 100, no, 1,000%, not 100%, 1,000%.
No, rappers you've never heard of. Bunch of rappers you've never heard
It's
of.
the wildest thing in the planet.
Like hip hop rappers that you and I have never heard of.
Yo, no, there are a lot of.
How many young boys can there possibly be? Like,
And spot 'em, got 'em, no cap.
exactly.
You know, I've never heard any of these guys rapping.
where they hear them from, I don't have the slightest clue. Like, they're not on the radio.
I have no idea where they hear them.
But that's the point that
swear.
I'm
And
getting.
And they all look handicapped.
So think of all of these middle schools and
They
high
all sound
schools.
handicapped.
All the middle schools and high schools, that's what these kids are listening to. And then everyone like us is still listening to, we're holding on to our memories.
But you know, but you're right. And if however we judge it, we're gonna sound like haters. But it's all a pot of the same thing. They all look the same. They all sound the same. They all look the same. They sound the same. The beats they rap on are the same. They do their hair the same. They have the same type of tattoos, the same type of jewelry. And I'm like, and
They're
we
all
haven't
shades
heard
of either Travis
and we
or,
haven't heard of half of them.
or ASAP.
We haven't heard of
My
half
thing
of
is that they're all mumbling and they're all like auto-tuning and stuff like that. That's why I
Yes.
told you at one point I sent you that text that was like,
Have you guys heard of Yeet?
I've heard the name, but I've never heard of any of his music. I'm sure it's terrible.
that's why I told you in that one text, I was like, the baby, my favorite 2022. For like the new guys. Because I like it.
Yeah, my
has,
kids don't
it has-
consider him one of the new guys at all.
I'm just saying.
I'm
like,
just saying.
He's newer, but he's been out for
Newer.
a couple of years.
Yeah, but I'm
Been out
saying,
for a
like, the
couple of years.
newer-
Yeah, he's
they
newer.
consider- newer
Him,
generation.
Like, old people music.
Da Baby,
Yeah, Dub Baby, not Lil Baby. They like Lil Baby, but the Baby.
but
they
they're
feel
like the
But
same
that's-
bracket
I know, but they feel like the Baby doesn't gear towards like their age.
because the baby actually raps.
I guess.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, and then
No, but
Lil
Lil
Baby
Baby does
sounds
too.
like
Lil Baby actually does
But
too.
Lil Baby talking about trapping.
He just looks a little crazy,
But he's crazy and
I
he's
don't
about
have
that
a
action.
fucking clue what he's saying.
I don't know, but he's
Da
got
Baby
money.
about that action too.
Oh no, I know.
He caught a
they-
body
they
before he
all-
started rapping.
They all want to throw hands and kill people.
But that's why I said the baby
Super
was the
strange.
one that I liked the most out of all of them because it had a little bit of what we used to listen to back in the day, opposed to like Lil Baby, where I don't even fucking know. He needs to catch his breath and like sounds like he got hit in the nuts and he can't catch his breath. I can't listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough because, and then I saw a video, and I don't know if you guys saw it too. There was some guy, and he's obviously way younger, and I think he was also like trolling a little bit. He said it was like a Jay-Z hate video. It was basically, he's like, imagine a guy that's like 27 years old, and he says, I could go year by year to prove to you that Jay-Z has never been the hottest rapper of that year in the last 20 years. And he goes year by year and says,
Like
Eminem was
Song
hotter
year.
this year. At 2000, Eminem was hotter. 2001, Nelly was hotter, whatever. And so I'm like, so in his brain, for him, hot was who sold the most records. But in that era, everybody sold records. So it wasn't about who sold the most records. It was about who had the most. And then honestly, and we've talked about this many times. This is why it's reasonable doubters.
Jay-Z had a clothing brand. Jay-Z was selling out concerts
right,
all over the
right.
world.
Before rappers were doing that.
Crazy, stupid tours.
Before rappers were doing that.
Like, get out of here. It's not even close. It's stupid.
And these days, because the numbers are skewed with streaming, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm old school in the sense that if you're Nas's definition of relevance, because if you're 50 years old, damn near, and you can still put out a quality album, and it doesn't sound like you're forcing it, and it doesn't sound like, and it's just not like you're not like the old guy.
How many
album.
mics for Nas's King's Disease 3?
I'd give it a 4. I think
It's got the New York bump.
Half a mic more. That's what happens when you're from Queensbridge.
hey,
That's why it's all relative.
it's a solid
Got the
album.
New York bump. That's what you gave it.
It's a solid-
That's what you did right there.
Right? You get the reference. I know you get the reference.
Yes, it's a solid album.
No, you don't get the reference. Of course, you
I
get the
I
reference.
didn't hear what you said.
That was well, I was quoting. I know he's quoting, but I'm quoting Nas doing the autobiography of Rakim.
I don't like that album. but
The autobiography's hard though.
the song is good. But
The album is weak, but
yeah.
that's your favorite rapper with a weak album. He's got a bunch of them. He's not.
Oh, we're gonna go down this.
He's got a bunch of them. We can go through his discography.
I don't know.
Nostradamus is weak sauce.
Okay, so
Weak sauce.
but you can't start with Nostradamus. Those albums get better with time. Nostradamus is not that bad 20 years later.
Because you're old.
But like some of his
I don't listen to that one.
Never comes up on any of my playlists or feeds.
I think
It Was Written Always Does, I Am.
He has 15 albums. We could say that for another day.
We could do a whole Nas podcast.
But if you're talking about the
We could do a whole discography podcast
right,
with people.
if you're talking about someone's whole discography, you look at the totality of it, right? So if you have 6 classic albums out of 15 albums, doesn't matter if you have 3 weak albums or 4 weak albums or whatever it is, like.
So, all right. So if somebody puts less albums and has similar amount of classics, but somebody puts out a lot more albums and has less then so Jay-Z's better than Nas, or it's different?
Well, I mean,
Jay-Z's put out a shit ton of albums too.
probably the same amount or close. But I feel like Jay-Z has fewer bad albums than Nas, and I think they're very close.
No, that's New
For
York
me.
versus New York. So it's like he's home either way.
But they're beyond New York because everybody loves them.
I know.
They're beyond New York. But I would say if I'm gun to my head and you really look album for album, I would say Jay-Z has like fewer weak albums, than Nas. But I growing up and for all over the last however many decades, it's always been like a preference thing. I think everybody kind of respects them both, but it's just like who you like better,
I think I don't know. Jay-Z's always had a lot more commercial hits, like radio bangers.
And he went for that,
Yeah.
and he made a lot of money doing it. I don't think Nas ever, and I think when
Nas
Nas
has amazing like works of art as far as albums, but you don't want to fucking. You're not gonna play that at a party. You're not gonna play that at a get together. You're not gonna play that in front of people. Like you might play it for you and your boys in the car, but you're not gonna play it when you have company over and shit like that. If it's a party, there's very few Nas songs that are gonna come up. You could do an entire fucking party themed around Jay-Z bangers.
True.
Like it is what it is.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
And that I feel the same way. It's like the same thing with Pac and Biggie. Like Pac has a bunch of hits, but Biggie has way more party hits and bangers.
But you only hear 2 playing at all times.
Nah, but
I've already said if
3 maybe at all times.
if I
What,
never
Biggie?
heard, if I
Yeah.
never heard Hypnotize again, I'd be okay. I've heard it too many times.
Hypnotized.
Biggie, well, that's Hypnotized. What else?
One
Juicy?
one more chance. Juicy can go in that bucket too. I never need to hear Juicy again.
Super played out.
But one more chance is one of his best songs, so that could stay.
The remix.
More money,
Remix.
more problems.
Well, that's a Puffy
Nah.
song, and that song is still fire. I
That's
think.
a classic. That's
Yeah,
a
it's
classic
still
forever.
Like
That shit
some
does
of-
not-
you gotta understand that song is like 27 years old and it's still fire.
That song is.
What else do you
way
hear them
older
playing
than
when you
that.
go out? That's about it.
Because that song is a classic beat. That song is.
I'm coming out.
I'm coming
I
up.
know.
I want to.
That's
Bro,
why,
that
that's
song
why, that's
is.
why those Bad Boy albums used to cost so
That's-
much money
that's one of
because
the
he'd have to clear all
hardest-
that.
Like,
And I think that's what people kind of forget to mention when they're like trying to
drums
shit,
on
when,
that
they,
original song,
when they're trying to
doo, doo,
shit
doo,
on Puff.
so classic.
Like you still have to have the brain to take one of those songs and make it into a rap song.
juicy
Like
fruit.
you have to have the brain to be able to do that. So when people be like, "Oh, Puffy just samples everything," I'm like, "Well, why didn't you do it?"
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
And the best hip hop tracks of all time are all samples.
But everything is sampled.
everything is sampled.
Everything is. That's
Everything
the culture.
is
That's the
sampled.
art
You go to
of
that
hip hop.
fuck- Yeah, you go to that. Who
You're
sampled
literally-
whatever, and you hit it, and you're like, "Fuck, I didn't even know this little."
And you know what?
This little bell is sampled.
And
I
on
was
my
like,
nerd shit,
Greatest.
JP, when I go on Who Sampled, or I go and there's some other Instagrams that I follow that they focus on samples.
I send that shit to me and my kid. Me and especially Sahito. Me and Sahito send those back and forth all day long.
It's so
He'll send me like a DJ Premier sample where they break it down, and it's like 6 different old school tracks.
And a lot of times you don't know. Like, and me, I'm like a nerd with that shit. And a lot of times I'll be like, oh shit, that's that sample.
And it's a 3-second clip that's sped up, and it's a 2-second clip
That's
that's
why
on a
he's a
loop.
genius. He's
And you know who's?
but he didn't want to pay for those. Like, whenever it's a 2-second clip that he sped up, he
Have you seen-
he wouldn't put those on the album.
Did
so
I
he'd
send
have
you
to
the
pay for
one?
them.
Did I send you guys the Daft Punk one, where they chop up like 8 or 9 different songs just to make a quick little loop? Like, bro, those guys, production level wise, stupid,
Yeah, beast with it.
amazing, amazing. I mean,
Group Prodigy back in the day, that Smack My Bitch Up song. But I watched all the sampling. The entire thing is completely sampled. Every single.
yeah, it's house music. House music
Bit
is
of
like
it.
that too.
There's not one thing that's not sampled.
But
That was
Daft Punk
impressive.
is
That's
king.
just a part. That's a part of music. I think it's dope. I don't think that you could just plug and play with that.
I love all
you
that
gotta be
shit.
creative.
I love all that
I
shit.
went on the Who Sampled recently, some around the beginning of October, because we had went to Disney, and we walked out like at Hollywood Studios right around the Star Wars area. When you get out, we're walking by and like there's like a pizza place, and I remember hearing like the beat of Cream from Wu-Tang, and I was like, why would they be playing that at Disney? I was very confused.
Was
I
it
was
the
like,
original?
it was the original, but they're only playing the beat, and I was like, and I'm like, why are they playing that? And I was like, nah, they can't be. And I went on.
That would have been hilarious. If they played Cream instrumental at Disney World.
then I went on the Who Sample. I was like, oh, they're playing the fucking original.
That'd be dope as fuck.
Sense.
Out of
That makes
nowhere,
sense.
fucking like.
It's like
Ghostface comes
Mickey knows what's up.
I mean, that's what I was like. Are they really
That'd
playing
be
this?
fucking
Like, I was
sick.
confused.
Yeah, man. I feel like
Look, speaking of samples, last podcast, sorry to cut you off real quick, but the last podcast, I showed you just a quick 2-second snippet of that album from Quavo and Takeoff,
right.
and that happened. Like, you heard that sample?
Yeah.
And that song is a banger. And that's why I was saying, like, that's probably like his best album.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah,
Like-
no, that's just a part of music, and I think it's dope. I think the way that, and especially these days, because now, and it makes me feel old as hell.
royalties and-
no, a lot of the music that was out when we were like in college and we were like 21, 22, like now it's 20 years later because they're sampling them again to make new music. You see, like whenever Young Berg, aka Hitmaker, makes a beat, he's everything he pulls from is early 2000s. Meg Thee Stallion, her last like 4 songs, like early 2000s sample to make the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference because now they're sampling like to make it obvious, where previously
They would try to hide
they would
it.
try to hide it a
Right.
little bit. Where now it's like
They're just making a new version of
like,
a hit song.
like Khaled's. It's literally like you're just like, oh shit, okay. Like the Drake one, like it's obvious. Where
Or like
before
the-
it were like a little hidden. They would put as like a gem. They would tweak it,
like
slow
the
it down.
like the Wild Thoughts song that was the Carlos Santana
Mm-hmm.
Maria Maria, and the Maria Maria is like a super banger from back then. But like
But
but
they're making them very obvious that they're sampled now. Where before
Agreed.
I feel like it was a little bit more hidden.
they
I think
totally
Either that
I
or
think-
it just didn't.
I think it always just depends on that particular song and that particular
Yeah, I think
sample.
either that or
Sometimes
just
you
back-
sample like, or you might use a sample as like a background or like a hook, but you won't use it as like a whole part of the song. Like Dead Presidents.
I totally feel that
Like,
that
it's all how you use it.
that a producer like Primo, 100%. I feel like if he had 6 samples in a record, he probably wasn't going to declare like 3 or 4 of them, and then he would probably declare like 2 because it literally be like 4 seconds of a song, and then he'd speed it up, put it backwards.
This is amazing.
And it's like if you catch it, then it's like fuck, or I guess I got to pay for it. But yeah, like the way he would make these beats, and then sometimes when you go on like
I hope
a
his
Who
music.
sample,
I hope his music is like on a hard drive, so when the aliens find everything, like 2,500
know-
years from now,
They know what hip hop sounds like.
and they're like,
Real hip-hop?
"What's on the archive?" Then they're like, "Oh, this is filed under hip hop."
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah. No, he's a king. The
I
king of
feel
that
like
shit.
it's just pure.
Either that or they're not gonna find it, and they're only gonna find Lil Yachty.
You
Lil
imagine
Baby.
all of our music is stored on like a Microsoft Zune, and they can't access the music. It doesn't work.
It's like the
I was
Bitcoin
like,
guy. He's like,
oh.
it's fucking somewhere. I gotta find it in this dump.
Yo, he doesn't even give a fuck. No, it's still worth millions to him. What's it at now? 25K, 15K?
I don't know.
We talking about the FTX dude?
No, Bitcoin, actual Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin at now?
What's
The
it at?
FTX thing is nuts.
No, that's a whole. What a
Bitcoin's what at
fucking
15,
clown.
15 bands? It's gone down a lot. I'd be tight if it was 70K last year.
16.5 right now. Buy the dip, man.
At one point, if you had a bunch of coins, you're rich. But 16K, I mean, it's not to say that's no money, but
That's crazy.
it's a long way from 70K.
That's just nuts.
Buy the dip. Nah, man. Listen,
No way.
And FTX kind of ruined everything.
everything.
FTX just makes you not want to pump any money into any because at any time it's gone. It's like the
that's
South
what-
Park
no,
episode.
but that's what they're saying.
And it's gone.
That's what they were saying. Yeah, they were saying that like, don't put it in these apps. Like, you have to put
Fam.
your Bitcoin on.
Well, what's funny is the federal government was saying this shit before. Saying, yo, they're not FDIC insured. None of that shit's insured. We don't even recommend you download those apps. Like, and everybody's like, oh, they're trying to make sure that we stay on the dollar,
Yo,
bro.
If I had a fraction of that guy's money, index fund, real estate, gold, go
Bro.
away. Go away. Like, I'm not putting my money in anything volatile. Sorry. Like,
If I had that guy's money, I'm buying, like, Panama. That's what I'm doing.
I mean, he was worth like 30 Bs.
That's what I'm
So,
saying.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not Panama, but for sure El Salvador. I'll buy all of El Salvador.
Probably can.
I'm not even joking. Didn't they invest in crypto? Aren't they the country that invested in crypto?
Yeah, but not. They invested in a coin, not an exchange. FTX is an exchange. So basically, you would go.
So which coin did they invest in that didn't go down? I'm sure it went down, and now they're.
No, they all went down.
So now's the time to buy El Salvador. Yo,
But they
can you
were accepting
imagine
payments or something
King
like
Sergio. I'm automatically like the whitest and the tallest person in the entire country of El Salvador.
If my boy Jose is watching it, he's going to put hands on you.
That's a country full of like 5'6" people. How tall is your boy Jose?
5'11".
God damn, he could be king of El Salvador if he goes home.
that. Well, the guy that I work with, he's about 5'11" also.
All right, so let me not talk shit before I get jumped in the gables. I don't know, man. The three I know,
They got some good food.
fire food.
Even their like
Fire
their-
food. I'm
they
not
have-
talking
they have
shit about
something
their
that
food or
is
their
super
culture.
known. They have
They're
like a
just-
famous.
All the
food
three
thing.
dudes I know, super short.
It's like a tortilla and cheese. It's like a quesadilla looking thing.
Yes.
That thing is fire.
What's
Yeah.
it called?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember.
I don't know. Hondurans have a similar one too.
I don't know. You reminded me. I don't know who makes the food, but it could be Cuban for all I know. But I sent you this a long time ago. It's a meal delivery, and I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks.
Pupusas.
Fire.
Just fire.
Pupusas.
Pupusas. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
They deliver. I get 2 meals a day, 5 days a week, and it's solid. Like, it's good portion delivered to your door. Like,
That's what you're doing now?
At like 9 a.m. Yeah, man. It takes
And 2 meals a day?
it takes the guesswork out of it. Like,
But they deliver at 9, they can't deliver before? Or I guess that would be I'd have to save like a day in advance.
No, you could. I mean, I think they can deliver before. I don't know if they come at 6 o'clock in the morning. Or no, I think you can ask them to deliver.
Well, you're forgetting,
Over the
Sergio,
night.
that he
Night.
works from
Yeah.
home, so he just opens the door
Correct.
No,
and
I
his
get
meal
it.
is there where you're already driving.
I'm already in the Gables on that.
No, but I mean, to be honest, like, they might be able to deliver to the Gables. Because I think one of the places on 8th Street.
All right, so we'll figure out my meal plan later.
No, hey, it's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Fresh cooked stuff that you like. Good portions.
Stuff that I like. Why are you being racist?
I know what you like. Pause.
Carne con papa, picadillo, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah,
Chicken rice.
La carreta.
He's like
That's what he
rice.
likes.
He's like, it
He's
has
like,
rice,
I like a la careta.
Just go down the menu of the
plantains.
favorites.
Yeah,
The
I already
La
went 1 through
Carreta
4. I already
favorites.
went through 1 through 4. Then there's ropa vieja, pita empanizado, carne asada,
Well,
No.
if you want it to be
rabo
if you want it
encendido.
to be
I
a
do
little
not
healthy,
like
you got to focus on some chicken and some brown rice.
pao.
So they're just
Brown rice is
delivering
a myth,
chicken
bro. That
kitchen to
shit
you?
Doesn't do anything.
It's better tasting in chicken kitchen and doesn't make you feel like a fatso if you get like a large chop. So it's good. No, it's good. Honestly,
You feel like a fatso if you get a large chop?
No. When I get because what I do and what a lot of people
You
do
load the curry
is
shit
that
on it.
is that you pour 3 curries on
Nah,
it.
don't
I
get
don't do
curry,
that
man.
shit. I
Just
don't
get
do that
salsa.
shit. I don't do that shit.
You're a liar.
I
Swear to
swear.
God.
I just get it and I get salsa. That's it.
Then why even get chicken kitchen? Like the whole thing
So
about
my whole
chicken
thing is-
kitchen is getting the curry sauce.
I don't get
That's the
chicken
whole
kitchen.
thing.
My fucking wife and kids love that shit, but I don't eat it.
But why?
Like, I'll get it on occasion, but when I do, I'll get like a quesadilla. Because they have quesadillas.
Well, you don't like chicken kitchen? You don't like
You don't like chicken kitchen?
Not a fan. It's unless you sauce it up.
That's a Miami staple.
I know, but unless you sauce it up, it's pretty bland. And I'm not a fan of the sauces. So
I was pretty annoyed when I went a little. I remember
It
where I
ain't
went
that
up
special.
north. There's no chicken kitchen up there.
Up where?
Up
north of
past
Miami Lakes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, probably past Fort Lauderdale.
I was super mad. I was like, what?
The one in Miami Lakes by my brother's house always has a line like Chick-fil-A down here. It's so fucking hilarious. Like when I tell you a line of like 12 cars at least.
You know, I could and with this, it's the same thing, but to laugh. So I had to go to the mall. I don't go to the mall. I buy everything from the house. But I had to go to Dayland the other day, and passing by the food court, they literally had a line of 20 people to get Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
And I said, this Chick-fil-A's been here since I moved here. Like, it's the same recipe and the same menu.
That's all day long.
Like, why are you guys just getting hip to Chick-fil-A 25 years
It's
later?
not that. It's all day long.
If you get Chick-fil-A at FIU, the wait is 40 plus minutes.
It's crazy. That
all
Chick-fil-A,
day long.
you remember they used to give you free chicken so that you can eat Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, they don't have time for that shit now.
In the early 2000s, they're like, hey,
Now
would you
they-
like to try it?
Now instead, now some fucking little Asian chick is throwing chicken teriyaki at your fucking face because you're ignoring her. She's like, hello. And you're like,
at
no.
Cajun Grill next
And she's
next
like,
door.
hello. He's teriyaki chicken.
That's my favorite.
And you're like, no.
You want
I'm
us to
good.
get banned, huh?
Yo,
No.
Cajun Grill's my favorite in the mall. That was my weakness back in the day.
Back
But
in the
it's-
days,
Still is.
I used
Still is,
to
probably.
bang out.
I would go, but the
Cajun
thing
Grill.
is, Chick-fil-A is right there. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
no.
Just kidding.
It's next door.
I don't know, man. I'm a fat boy for life. I always get the pizza, and I don't give a fuck what stupid brand of pizza there is in Dayland. I won't be like, yeah, let me get 2 slices and a soda. That's what it does.
They have pizza in Dayland?
What was that pizza place? That,
Oh, Sabaros?
Yeah,
Like,
not like that.
It hasn't been Sabaros there forever.
No, they got a
It was
regular. they got a-
Cazoli's forever.
they had Cazoli's in Dayland?
Not a Cazola's.
No, not Cazola's. Cazoli's.
Cazoli's.
They got something there in the corner. Yeah.
Cazoli's. It was like
Yes.
McDowell's.
Yeah, we went a couple of weeks ago. There's something there. I remember what it was. Matthew wanted it, so we got
Pizza?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Argentinian place there isn't bad either. This is a super local podcast. It's
Yo,
not even Miami. It's
Sabaros.
Dayland.
Get a
It's
Sabaro
Dayland.
slice.
This is a Kendall fucking podcast. This isn't even a Miami podcast. That pinga.
Yo,
All right, we'll end it on that.
we'll end it on that. Yeah.